All right, we're doing 2017. This is good. This is good. Okay. Well, this one's going to be first. Hey guys, Cameron with CBM Reviews, and the 2010s are coming to a close. Hey guys, Cameron with CBM Reviews here, and the 2010s are coming to a close. This has been a huge decade for comic book movies, and I'm doing a retrospective hitting each year one by one, and we're at 2017. This is one of my favorite years, so buckle up while we take. You know what? It was going good until I just tripped over that ending. Hey guys, Cameron with CBM Reviews here, and the 2010s are coming to a close. This has been a huge year for comic book movies, and I said year. Hey guys, Cameron with CBM Reviews here, and the 2010s are coming to a close. This has been a huge decade for comic book movies, so I'm doing a retrospective hitting each year one by one, and we're now at 2017, one of my favorite years for comic book movies. Buckle up, I'm going to take you on this really quick, but still wild ride. Before I get started, I just want to thank you for clicking on this video. It means a whole lot to me. If you're a fan of this sort of thing, comic book movie reviews, TV reviews, click that subscribe button. And if you want to know, as soon as anything gets uploaded, click that notification bell. You'll know as soon as anything goes live. So 2017. As always, I'm going to hit the DC animated movies first. The ones that are either average or the ones that I haven't quite gotten to yet. And the first one that I want to talk about is the Lego Batman movie. Not exactly the DC animated movies that I was going to start, but it's the only Lego property that I felt was important enough to put on this list. Because it was pretty good, and I wish that I had seen it when it came out in theaters. I was just like, oh, it's another Lego movie. I should have put my pride aside and enjoyed it. It was nice. I liked it. Also, another animated movie that came out was Batman vs. Two-Face. Now, this was the sequel to Return of the Caped Crusaders, and it was the final movie that Adam West was in. So this was our goodbye to the original TV Batman. We miss you, Adam. We hope that you are fighting crime out in the great beyond. There were two other DC comic book movies that came out. One was Teen Titans, The Judas Contract, which I unfortunately didn't get around to, but one I did get to see was Justice League Dark. And this was kind of this was definitely a movie dealing with the occult. You're not going to find Superman and Wonder Woman here. You will find Batman because they put him everywhere. But this has Constantine and Zatanna in it. There's Swamp Thing in there. And it's interesting. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite Warner Brothers animated feature, but it was still pretty good. But animated features weren't the only thing that came out that year. There were also some live action movies. One of them was Kingsman, The Golden Circle. And, you know, I enjoyed it, but not as much as I enjoyed the first one. There was just something about the magic that was in the first one that just really gripped me. And the second one felt like it was kind of repeating some of the same old stuff, even if it wasn't like just the British Secret Service, but it was like an American version too. It just wasn't all that great. As much star power as Channing Tatum and Jeff Bridges bring to the screen, just didn't hit me quite like that first one did. Another one that came out in 2017 was Spider-Man Homecoming, and I really enjoyed this movie. It was the first Spider-Man movie that came out that I actually enjoyed since Spider-Man 2. I just can't stop talking about that movie, can I? But it was great, and we got Tom Holland returning as Peter Parker from the Civil War that came out. But we got Tom Holland returning from the Captain America Civil War role that he had. And even though it took me about a year, maybe 2 years to admit it, Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man that we've had all around. Uh, and I mean, if you want to argue with me about that in the comment section, you can. I'll explain it. And it's not going to be from a place of hate or stubbornness. It's just going to be, look, this is what we've gotten from other guys. This is what he brings. He's that good. And then, of course, Michael Keaton returns to the comic book stage, but this time as a villain, as the Vulture, and he does a great job. One of the best MCU villains that we've seen so far. Last but certainly not least on the live action movies that were pretty good was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Everybody returns from the previous Guardians of the Galaxy, even though Groot is no longer the large size Groot, but he is this teeny tiny cute Groot, and everybody loved him except for me. I couldn't stand cute tiny baby Groot. It was just, I just wasn't feeling it. And a lot of people gave me a lot of crap for it. Continue to give me crap for it. I just will not like baby Groot. I am okay with teen Groot. I'm not okay with little teeny whatever. But let's see. But there are a couple of movies that really were kind of on the miss radar with me. I'm going to tell you about the less egregious one first. I'm going to tell you about the less egregious one first. And it was a DC animated movie, Batman and Harley Quinn. My goodness, it really missed the mark for me. They were going for something a little bit more funny, and I just felt like the tone was off. And this was not my Harley Quinn. Yes, this is something that I shouldn't do, but Melissa Rauch, who you may know from The Big Bang Theory, or if you watched it, The Bronze, played this version of Harley Quinn, and she doesn't do a bad job, but she's not Tara, she's not Arlene, and not to say that those are the only two people that can play them, because I think that this upcoming Harley Quinn cartoon is going to be really good. I have not, as of filming this, I haven't watched it because it hasn't come out yet. But I think it'll be well done. But something about their performances are just so good that it overshadows. And then, like I said, the tone of it just hit me the wrong way, especially the fluorescent man. I don't know. It just didn't hit me the right way. But at least it wasn't the worst movie in 2017. That one is Justice League. A long time ago, back when my channel first started, my third movie, a long time ago when my channel first started, my third video was the top 5 comic book movies of 2015, and Justice League was my number 5. And I was wrong. Even though, my favorite is subjective, things have changed. And Justice League has gone from I really hoped that it was going to be really good to, no, it was pretty bad. It was pretty messed up. And yeah, there were some things on the director side of it. Zack Snyder was dealing with his daughter's suicide, and then Joss Whedon jumped in to kind of finish things up, and the tones were very contrasting, and it was a very ugly look whenever it was supposed to be one tone and it was another. And then there was something that happened in Batman v Superman that didn't last very long, and I think that number one, that event should not have happened so soon, and number two, I don't think it should have been reversed so quickly. But there's that, and then the villain in Justice League was horrendous. Like, they bring in Steppenwolf as opposed to Darkseid or Mongol or Starro or a number of other much better villains than Steppenwolf. There were a lot of things that went wrong with this movie. And the actors are not one of those things. I think everybody acted well. I wish that some people got better things to do. Like Aquaman is just Aqua Bro in this movie. Like, all right, yeah, my man. So yeah, Justice League, I used to put it as top 5 of 2017. Now it's bottom of the barrel. But let's not talk about those bad things. Let's talk about the good things. And 2017 had some really good ones. Let's go with the bronze medal winner of 2017. The number 3 is Thor Ragnarok. This was the 3rd time we had a new director on Thor. This time it was Taika Waititi, and he brought the magic of Thor. Who knew that comedy would be the thing that made Thor great? Well, Taika did, and it went very well. Chris Hemsworth returns again as the God of Thunder, but this time he has to go up against his sister, not his brother. And his sister, who is Hela, is played by Cate Blanchett. They do a great job with the seriousness. They do a great job with the comedy. Even Taika throwing himself into the role of Korg. It was really well done. One of my favorite comedic movies that came out for the MCU, especially the Korg things. It gets me every time. So number 2, the silver medal winner for 2017, and yes, I'm flipping things, is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was directed by Patty Jenkins, and it starred Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. And this is the origin story of Wonder Woman, and it definitely has a Captain America First Avenger feel to it. It's set in World War I, which makes it a war piece, but it's also has comic book characters in it, and something about it was just so pure and so honest. I was so happy that DC decided to put faith that a female-led superhero can make it, and make it so amazingly well. I wish that Black Widow had that opportunity to do it first, but I'm still very happy with how Wonder Woman ended. I love the movie. It made me cry in theaters. I felt it was super important that that my daughter go see it, even though she was only 5 at the time or 6 at the time. It was great. I love just about everything about it. If it comes on TV, I'm watching it. It is that great. But it's still not number 1, and if you know what came out in 2017, you know which one has the top spot, the gold medal, and that is Logan. James Mangold returns from the Wolverine and directs the crap out of Hugh Jackman in this last outing as the Wolverine. It is spectacularly done. It feels like a Western, but like that really good old-time Western grit. Patrick Stewart comes along as Professor X. It is... Oh, I didn't mean to click that. And Daphne Keane is introduced as, we'll say X-23, to not spoil that for anybody who hasn't seen this. And if you haven't seen this, why not? You need to go catch this. It is the penultimate Wolverine story that has come out on the big screen. I loved it. I loved everything about it. There were fight scenes that were extra gruesome, but they fit the tone of Wolverine to a T. Logan is the best comic book movie that came out in that year. So there you have it. That's 2017 in a nutshell. Tell me what you guys thought about it in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Share this with your friends, and as always, this is Cameron with CBM Reviews. We'll see you next time.